is Veronica Burkle, and I'm in the epidemiology department, first year.
Nisha Chandramani. I am a health policy and management student graduating in 2013.
I'm Allie Pyan. I'm a first year in the epidemiology department.
I go by Yash. I'm in the second year HBM department.
Danielle Miranda, and I'm a first year in the global health department.
Mike Judd. I'm a second year student in global epidemiology.
Dan Mercer, also second year student, also in global epidemiology.
Menteeb, and my department is HPM. I'm in the management track, and I am a second year.
My name is Brittany Shriver. I'm in global health and second year.
My name is Amanda Santander. I'm a first year in the global epidemiology department.
And my department is global environmental health.
I'm Paula Strassel. I'm also a first year in the epidemiology department.
Copy for me. I'm second year health policy and management.
Danielle Malia, and I'm a first year epidemiology student.
Anne Robinson. I'm a first year in the BCP department.
Benjamin Amarting. I'm in the health policy and management department, first year.
I come from China, Shanghai, and I'm the first year student in the Department of Environmental Health.
I went on the ROL and looked at the list of all of the organizations that are participating.
Going through the list of people that were going to be here, picking out the ones that I was really interested in seeing.
Honestly, even a quick perusal through the websites ahead of time, just having some information in the back of your head.
You know, writing down some good questions to ask them so that when you get up there and there's a lot of people, you don't get too frustrated.
See what positions they're actually interviewing for, making sure I knew the questions to ask. And then also really just making sure my resume is up to snuff.
So dress well, have iron clothes on you, dress in a suit.
I have buy a new suit for this, and I think I dress up well.
Run on a nice outfit to wear to present myself in the most positive light.
Wearing your name tags, ensure that you wear them on the right side, so that when you shake your hands with the recruiters or the employers, it becomes evident and they can see your name clearly.
Giving myself a 1 minute, confident talk, prepping myself, letting myself know that I'm very capable to meet with employers and let them know who I am and what I'm about.
I went to the Career Center, talked a little bit about how to prepare for job fairs and things like that. And also just Google like what kind of questions that they would ask.
This is a chance and an opportunity that all students don't really get anywhere else. You may have to go online, you may have to contact people personally in order to apply for jobs. It's almost like a shopping mall where you have all recruiters in the same place and you go to all people and talk to them about your interests, give your resumes, and it works.
Basically what kind of work they did, because some of the websites weren't very clear on what they did.
What types of opportunities, paid or unpaid, what time of the year their opportunities are available, because there were some employers that only had positions open for the summer.
A couple of the organizations had professional development within within the organization for their employees. So when are employees able to begin with that kind of benefit? What is it? What are the kind of mutual benefits?
A really good question to ask is where the person that you're talking to is actually fitting into their organization. I'm interested in hospitals, so you could be talking with somebody anywhere from the business to research to patient safety side, so it's good to know where they're coming from.
Just trying to ask questions to see specifically what they do and if it's more outreach and, or if it was research based.
When you're writing your cover letter, what are some of the things you must mention in their cover letter? That's a good question to ask them. Get their perspective of how they interpret some of the things you say on the cover letter.
Available opportunities there will be coming up the next 8 to 10 months. What they recommend is a time frame for starting to begin your applications, something that's not commonly brought up on the website.
When and how to apply, sometimes they insist that you apply on their website, sometimes they're posted on ROL. It's always good to know how best to make yourself sellable.
What it's like to work there, because that's really important for me. Corporate climate, things of that sort.
Services is the best. I definitely go to them often enough to get my resumes polished whenever I start on a new job, I have a new course that I'm taking, how to incorporate that into my resume. I also send my resume to my mentor just to get an outsider's perspective about how the resume looks like.
Really nicely on resume paper. recruiter. They actually ended up having not enough. I only had 5 resumes with me, and I probably should have brought a little bit more. Probably about 10, just to be safe.
I did pay a visit to career services, and they were able to take a look at my resume and make some edits and show me how I can incorporate action verbs and public health jargon that'll be important in the field. I also utilized the Emory Alumni Network online, where I was able to search alumni that had the same interests that I did and were working in organizations that I was interested in. I emailed them my resume, they looked over it and made some great edits just from that professional perspective.
First year, it's kind of just a good experience, kind of get out there and meet people, you know, and kind of get your name out.
So finding out what it was like. I mean, I went to a career fair in undergrad, but it was really not formal. Just kind of showed up.
Sort of breaking the barrier in talking with large companies. I feel a lot more confident, honestly. It's not scary, and talking to them is really fun because they're just people too.
Completely. Last year, the most beneficial aspect when I was a first year was to practice and kind of get used to talking to professionals and talking about myself. And this year it was a completely different experience. Building on those to gain networks and kind of get a sense of who they're hiring and what might be an opportunity in 8 months.
Like what you want as well. You know, when you talk to certain companies, you might find out there's something about them that you don't think will fit well with you, so you can cross that company off. Then you might see another company which you had no intention of working for or trying to get an internship with, and then you find out something that make them worthwhile. So
honestly, I remember coming to this for the first time last year and just being so nervous. Coming to these repeatedly and getting your name out there and just seeing who's in the field of public health is a really, really great experience. I've been told time and time again, public health is a very small field, so the more people you know, I mean, it'll just go a long way in terms of our careers. So.
Emailed just to follow up.
And there were a couple people that said they had jobs posted on ROL, and they encouraged me to apply, so I'll definitely do that.
The person for ICF actually said to add it on LinkedIn. So yeah, nice. More digital way of doing things. She said that's like one of the ways that they like advertise job opportunities. So I hadn't really thought about that, but it makes perfect sense.
When you give your resumes or when you give your business cards, the recruiter on the other side gets hundreds of those documents. So you staying connected and following up on that is very important.
Well, thank you for speaking with me today, just to keep that network going.
So registering my profile on these companies' websites so that they have my profile so that they can always match my resume with positions that are available.
It's also important not to have expectations about where things might go in the immediate time frame, but you never know. That contact that you made today could turn into an internship come mid-March next year.
I have no regrets.
And I'll change my resume from this time to next time with content, I think.
I think I came in a little too focused. So next time, next career fair, I'll come with a more open mind and try to get a little bit more background on like the non-consulting firms.
Get here early. Don't be too intimidating, like the lines look long. Everybody is really excited to meet you. A lot of people went to Rollins, so people are excited to hear about what you're doing, so I guess don't let it intimidate you.
For the first timers, I would say don't expect magic. Don't expect them to, take your resume and hand you a job immediately. That's not going to happen. Look at making as many contacts as you can. This is like your practice, your rehearsal for when you really are ready next year to find a job. You know what to say, how to pitch yourself, and what to ask, when you meet a potential employer.
Don't go in so stressed. Use it as an opportunity to practice. There's going to be another one in the spring that you can really, go in full force, and don't overwhelm yourself with trying to be perfect.